Vortex, Rift Bolt, Fire Blast, Lava Spikes, Lightning Bolts, Searing Blazes.
Yeah, so this deck is actually card for card the 75, apart from the fact that Ali doesn't have the classy Arabian Nights mountains of Patrick Sullivan. They're probably exactly the same deck.
Well, you know, that's not a bad choice to go to. I mean, when in doubt, I mean, the Burn has always been a interesting, consistent deck over the years. It's played by the right people. Now, is it tier 1? No.
Yeah.
But in the right hands of the right people, it can be very effective.
So what I think happened here is, actually it's not exactly the same because there's Searing Blazes in the main deck of Ali's deck. But he had Vortex in his main deck. He probably has swapped them out for Ensnaring Bridge because bridges are very good at like suppressing Delver. Delver's basically forced to bring in Ancient Grudge versus this deck, I think, just in the fear of like getting locked down on a bridge.
Okay, Mark cracks a fetch land, gets out his land. Ollie looks like he has 2 mountains.
He has a Grim Lavamancer. So he definitely has a creature on for turn 1. Grim Lavamancer really kind of like gives the burn deck a little bit of reach and ability to kind of like change the strategy from kind of like slowing the opponent down, killing the creatures, or to just basically like use the resources and the sack lands that they've already.
Goblin Guide.
Oh, Goblin Guide is fantastic.
Which he's going to scour. Land Brainstorm.
I think he's trying to set up a Force of Will. Doesn't look like he had it because, like, let me tell you, a guide on turn 1 is worth a lot of damage, probably, especially in this kind of matchup where he has burn to clear the way. I mean, you can often see a guide hit for, 8 damage, which is a huge chunk of life at this point. So he forces the wills.
He had to. I mean, really early on. We saw Mark have a Wasteland in his hand, which is basically nothing more than just one land. It doesn't do anything for him.
Yeah, there's no thing that really is wastelandable in Ali's deck. One of the other things about Goblin Guide, which makes it so good against Rug Delver, is they only have 18 lands, so it doesn't actually even give them that much of an advantage. They don't hit lands very often. So Ponder comes from Mark. It chooses to shuffle. It's one of these things that he needs to just stay alive as long as possible. But the burn deck actually goldfishes a lot of time in turn 4 or 5, so you don't really have a lot of time.
You need to get out. You need to make sure you slow him down long enough to get your deck set up and then get the win from
there.
Yeah,
you definitely need to put a threat out. He needs a threat. It's actually pretty tough for Mark that he's on the draw here because.
Okay, Mark will play.
Oh no, he's on the play. Sorry, my bad.
You drop his Wasteland. I believe that's.
So Ali has 2 Fire Blasts in his hand. Fire Blast is like one of those kind of rough cards in this matchup because like it really turns on days. And Spell Pierce. Though it looks like Mark is having some color problems, and Wastelands are really not great in this matchup. It does not want to see them because
Tarmogoyf?
It really turns on your opponent's kind of price of progress unless you waste yourself. And that is a legitimate strategy, actually, like wasting yourself sometimes. So
he does have the price of progress.
Yeah, so the Tarmogoyf is one sorcery instant land creature, so it's a 4/5 right now. It's very possible he's just going to start like going to the head. It's time for plan, I guess, A. But
just race him as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I actually don't think that Mark is going to actually have the. He's going to have to tap out a lot more because his clock is only 4 a turn, which is actually fairly slow right now. I think if he has any, I know he has at least 2 Fire Blasts and a Lightning Bolt in his hand.
He has 2 Lightning Bolts in his hand.
2 Lightning Bolts. So that, and a Price of Progress in his hand. So actually, if you put them all together, if he gets another mountain, he actually has him. So he's doing 2 damage, like 4 damage for the price. So he's already gone to work here.
That takes him down to 14.
He may actually lightning. Well, he's probably not going to lightning bolt because he's worried about getting dazed. Getting dazed is one of the things that Patrick Sullivan's pointed out, is that you don't want to play into the dazes and spell pierces. Like, if you can afford to like not play into them, that's what you should do.
It looks like he's going to be able to lay another.
Yeah, he might lay down another Tarmogoyf. The problem is that if he does, he really kind of like, he may just die. Mark gets Lavamancer down to. He Lavamancer's kind of just to avoid a damage from the Tarmogoyf, because it removes the creature.
We'll play the second one.
Okay, so really kind of like, if he draws a land, he draws another Fire Blast. That's actually not very good right now.
He does have lightning bolts and 3 Fire Blasts in his hand.
Yeah, so he's going to bolt him.
He does have the Spell Pierce in his hand.
Right. So it's got to go to 9. He'll go to 7 end of turn. Oh, he has another. So he bolts him to 6. I think he's just going to try and kill him.
That should be spell.
Yeah.
Next turn he should be able to spare spell set.
Yeah, he's got to put a land mine and just he's going to like
6. He can use the Grim Lavamancer to take him to.
I would have considered going for it there. Well, maybe not. The big thing is here is like letting him untap. If he gets like really does open him up to some problem issues here.
Okay, so he lightning bolts his Grim Lavamancer.
Yeah, so his Lavamancer's going to hit. Now, I mean, Mark is effectively dead. He if Ali forgets to put mana into his pool for the spell pierce, so he wants to draw another land so he can basically have some sort of redundancy. But I think he has this. So he basically has to go for it, and he actually, as long as he puts the mana in pool, he's going to win the game. Or he could play the bridge, I guess. If he plays the bridge, this is, I think this is almost,
Fire Blast.
And then that's it.
That's it.
So
congratulations to Ali Aintrazi winning 2-1 over Mark Lalague, who's now on to the next round after that. Now, we are coming back to us right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, those kind of matchups, you have to find your spots and not let your opponent kind of get away with it.
Welcome back. That was the end of coverage for round 3 of the SCG Invitational. I'm Robert Martin.
I'm Ben Sec.
The Ben Sec. Not Ben Sec, the Ben Sec. You're here in the booth. We are providing continual coverage of the SCG Invitational here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brought to you by Star City Games.
Yep, fantastic turnout. Over 300 players here.